Well, we all know with all these things up in the air, Marvel Studios has been struggling a little bit to get these projects moving forward. And we were expecting some delays, and they're finally here. Let's talk about a whole series of Phase 6 delays that might have actually bought us time for something good. Hey guys, well, as many of you know, almost all studios have had a series of delays for release dates post-pandemic. The DCEU slid most of their schedule down quite a bit, and so did Sony's Spider-Verse, and it appears now it is Marvel Studios' turn to make some changes. Now, we found out earlier today that 4 movies have gotten revised on their release date, and quite honestly, some a bit more than others. Let's take a couple minutes to walk through each one of them because I think they all have individual merit. First and foremost is Blade. And we found out Blade has moved from November the 3rd, 2023 to June the 9th, 2024. About an 8-month delay. This makes a lot of sense considering what's been going on in the last week. Marvel is currently searching for a new director for the project because Basim Tariq left the role 2 weeks ago. There's lots of possibilities up in the air, but this absolutely has to be filled before the production can move forward. There's also a full rewrite going on of the script. Apparently, there was a lot of problems with the script behind the scenes, and Beau DeMayo, who worked on Star Trek Strange New Worlds, The Witcher, and Moon Knight, is currently basically giving a run at the whole thing. This doesn't happen overnight, and writers really do need the time to work on a project properly for it to work. All in all, I think for Blade, this is probably some good news and buys them some breathing room. Nobody wants to rush project, and they have such top-notch talent attached to it with Mahershala Ali. I think it's pretty important to keep him happy. Now, the next movie to get moved is Deadpool 3, and this isn't moving quite as much. It was set to be released on September the 6th, 2024, and now it's been shifted to November the 8th, 2024, just about 2 months. This really isn't much of a delay, and I don't really think much of it. There's probably some behind-the-scenes stuff going on with the recent ad of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and quite honestly, a little extra time probably won't hurt the project, but many fans, like myself, hate waiting. But if we end up with a better movie, I think it might be for the best. Now, the next 2 delays I think are a pretty big deal, and the first one is The Fantastic Four. Now, The Fantastic Four was set to be released on November the 8th, 2024, and has now been shifted to February 15th, 2025. Recently, WandaVision director Matt Shakman boarded the project, and they are currently in search of a cast, despite all the rumors we've been hearing over the last couple of months. And once again, I think this is one of those Marvel projects that Marvel might need to take their time with. Getting the Fantastic Four right on screen, finally, is super important, and they really need to nail the debut of Marvel's first family. I'm pretty confident they will eventually work out these details when it comes to the Fantastic Four, and this is only a 4-month delay, so I'm really not reading much into it except maybe buying them a little time to find the cast. Now, probably the biggest news in all of these delays, though, is the next one, and that would be Secret Wars. Secret Wars has been pushed from November 7th, 2025 to May the 1st, 2026, almost a 6-month jump. Now, given that Fantastic Four has also moved and is setting up this movie, it does make a lot of sense for it to be moved around a little bit. And quite honestly, the Avengers have done awesome in that May slot, so I think this is probably best suited for the movie. It also extends Phase 6 in the MCU overall by about 6 months, and this may open up some room for other projects to work their way in before this particular phase closes out and the fallout from Secret Wars takes place. Many fans are hoping for some things that haven't been announced yet, like a 4th Spider-Man movie or even World War Hulk, but Marvel might actually need this room and be using these delays to set up other projects that might need to finish up before Secret Wars forms completely. Remember, we have a lot of Disney Plus projects in the work, and we don't really know how they're going to impact the full event of Secret Wars, and with Marvel having a lot of success with a recent special presentation of Werewolf by Night, and them leaning towards that over a 6-episode series, we might see a couple of specials drop that help set the stage for Secret Wars a little better. Now, obviously with Marvel Studios moving a lot of stuff, we have to ask some questions. In the past, Kevin Feige was one of those guys that he never moved a release date. And up until COVID hit, it seemed to be something that was a non-starter. Since then, a lot has happened, and these kind of things appear a lot more common than they used to. I actually think these delays are for a multitude of reasons, some of which are based on the individual productions we just talked about, but I also think there's a bigger picture. Now, not only do I think Marvel might be buying themselves some time to put pieces into place, they also might be slowing down the production process because they've had so many problems getting their special effects done, right, and up to fan expectations during Phase 4. There's lots of stuff we can talk about over the last couple Marvel projects that totally work, but there have been some instances where the CGI just did not meet the Marvel standard, and I'm really hoping this slowdown is really to get that sort of stuff right. Let's be clear, Secret Wars is going to be potentially the biggest thing Marvel ever does, and this needs to be absolutely perfect. Don't mess around, get it right, and do the work properly. Now, you guys know we're big MCU fans, and we're going to cover everything going on, especially with these production moves, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of the updates. But until we know more, what do you guys think? How do you feel about Marvel Studios moving all of these Phase 6 projects? And which delay do you find the most disappointing? Quite honestly, the Fantastic Four is at the top of my list, and that's the project I really want to see. Tell me what you think at the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.